So today is not a very good birding day. I don't know why. The birds are off doing something else. I can't never tell what their cycle is. Sometimes they're abundant here.
Did it get rather cold last night?
Oh yeah. Up here it was low 40s. I live in Kula, which is 3,500 feet, and it was 48 degrees in my house this morning. Endemic to Haleakela, grows nowhere else in the world but here. Now, if you look carefully at this plant, you'll see that it is a green plant, like all plants are, but it has a silvery sheen to it. And this is a transition or a change or an adaptation that this geranium made when it first got it. We don't know exactly where it came from. But when it got here, it was quite different than it is now. But if you live at 6,500 feet, 20 degrees north of the equator, what's going to be one of your prime concerns if you're a plant? Heat. Well, heat, but
Too much heat.
too much heat, too much
Dry.
too much solar radiation. Intense solar radiation coming down. So this plant has to protect itself. So it, like our ohi'a, the silver sword, it produces tiny, tiny silver hairs that reflect the sunlight, that break up the spectrum. And so it's not getting such intense. These plants, they don't seem to care. They don't need to produce that silvery. Maybe they've got some other mechanism, I don't know. I haven't been able to talk to these guys lately, but this one says, man, this sunlight is intense here. So I'm going to do whatever I can to bounce that sun back up into the atmosphere. And anything else that hairs on a plant would do for a plant. Why would it produce hairs? If there's another function.
More surface area, perhaps, so for absorption of mist and water?
Got it. This is the cloud forest. This is the top of the cloud forest here. So when the clouds come in, they hit those hairs and they have more surface area, they condense, and the plant can actually get moisture directly from the air because we don't get a lot. We get about, right here, maybe 30 to 40 inches of rain. But Homicide, 15 miles away, 400 inches of rain over there.
Wow.
So we don't get a lot of rainfall here, so the plants have to, and when we get it sometimes, we get it gully washers. 3 or 4 inches of rain overnight, woof, everything, so much that the plants can't absorb it. So in this cloud forest, we've got a lot of epiphytes, organisms that feed directly off that cloud moisture, and then we've got these guys that feed sort of indirectly. They get water from their roots, but they get water from the atmosphere itself. It's kind of a cool way to make a living. You adapt, you sit here and you change and you think, well, they don't think, I'm pretty sure, but they adapt to their environment. Or, what's the consequences of not adapting to your environment?
Extinction.
Extinction, yeah. Most of the things that got here on their own didn't make it. We get, the cycle here is about once every 50,000 years on a natural cycle, a plant or an animal will find this chunk of rock and then figure out a way to make a living. In the last 200 years alone, we've introduced 6,000 plus species to the Hawaiian Islands. So they've taken that we have taken that natural cycle and accelerated it. So once every 50,000 years, hey, aloha, welcome. But 6,200 years, oh man, you guys are overwhelming us here. So that's the consequences of what we do as humans. We travel around the world. We try to make a living wherever we are. We take things that are common and familiar and we're accustomed to with us, plants and animals. That's what we do. But there's consequences to that. Everything we do has consequences. Let's go back into the forest. People stepping on them all the time. And this root is entirely above ground, it can't absorb any nutrients for the plant itself because they need those soil bacteria and all the stuff that's going on in the soil to absorb moisture. They can maybe take in a little moisture directly, but with that thick bark, it inhibits the absorption of moisture. So these trees are stressed out to the maximum because they're not being able to get their roots into the ground right now. We don't know if these are going to persist or not. They may make it for a while, but over the long haul, these will probably die out.